You are offered $1 million if you can hide a pair of car keys from the entirety of the FBI force for 7 days. Where do you hide the keys? Easy, ask the CIA to hold them, those two don't share shit. Mail them to the FBI office. USP's media mail. Throw them in the ocean. Never said I have to be able to retrieve them. A university janitor's keychain. I stick them in my printer's ink cartridges. When the printer fails to work, they will assume everything is normal. I'd just leave them on an airplane. If the airline can't find my Nintendo Switch that I left on it, I doubt anyone is gonna find some keys. Edit. Well, this blew up quite amazingly. Thanks for the silvers. And now my highest rated comment is a passive-aggressive projection to an airline about something that's my own fault. Second edit, I'm aware someone most likely has it, and I probably won't see it again. Put them in the mail, send them to an address that does not exist in a foreign country. They will come back in a few weeks, months. I would call their office directly with a tip on where they are, and watch them never follow up on it. It's foolproof. Duct tape it inside a Starbucks cup, drive to a part of town where tomorrow is garbage day, leave it in some random person's garbage bin by the street. Nice try, FBI chief. You're not slick. Was gonna say up my ass, but my uncle works for the FBI. Mail hundreds of decoys keys across the world to China and Russia and everywhere else that dislikes the idea of FBI agents going through their mail system. And just leave the real keys in some random bush somewhere under a rock or something. Easy. I just keep them on my person for a few hours. Inevitably, I will lose them, and even the entirety of the FBI tearing apart my whole house won't be able to find the damn keys. I'd tape them to my desktop and open incognito mode. Put them in a sock, put the sock in the dryer, repeat until it goes to wherever socks go when they disappear from the dryer. Downside, they'll be gone forever. Edit, guys, I spelled it dryer instead of dryer. In 3 hours, no one corrected me? I just don't even know who you people are anymore. I'll give them to my 3-year-old to hide. Good luck finding them after that. Does the FBI know I'm the one with the keys? If not, I'd just keep them with me and use them as my actual keys. If they do know it's me, I lock them in a box and throw it in the Delaware. On the third page of Google search. I'd bribe my way onto a container ship going anywhere in Asia that's registered to an ONUS country. Doesn't matter where, it's the trip distance I'm concerned with, not the destination. If they don't have to be returned, well, once we're far enough out at sea, those ain't getting found 12,000 feet down. If they do, I'll hide them in a random container filled with stuff. Even if the FBI determines I'm on the boat, once it's in international waters, and since it's not a US ship, there's no jurisdiction to force it to turn around. I just need to hope they don't alert the Coast Guard before we hit the international boundary. #X200B. Assuming I get a day of prep time, and that I can't damage the keys to the point that they are unrecognizable. 1. Microwave the keys. Gotta fry any electronics inside of them. 2. Buy a key ring, and a heart-shaped keychain. 3. Write a time and date on the key ring, along with a phone number. Call at this date. 4. Walk up to a random person, do a small favor for them. Tell them to do a favor for someone they care about, then give them the keys, and to keep the chain going. 5. Chaotic system created. I don't know where the keys are, the FBI has to get a warrant for every person in the chain, and if the keys are lost, or thrown in the garbage, all the better. Good luck finding them. There's a small chance that the FBI will find me given the keys, but I like my odds. What is my perfect crime? I get the keys at midnight. Do I store them in a vault? No, I hang them from the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm hanging them up, a woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's chandelier. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the FBI comes and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son and he's the head of the FBI. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stash the keys. Take the imprint of the keys. Melt the keys. After 7 days, use that taken imprint mold to retrieve the keys. Is destroying disfiguring allowed? If so, I would take as many keys I could get my hands on and put them on different rings so that there is at least one almost identical match on 4 or 5 of them, and hide them in the following places: one within a private property that has high security, like a bank, as the main decoy, one underwater on the beach, one out of the city, one underground, and one in a dead body at a morgue. No reason in particular. I may call these trips very obvious, as they will definitely follow me. And after placing the one at the bank, pretend to have troubles with the car. But where I've really put it is at a grocery store. I would stop it on the way, in the fresh produce aisle. Why? As someone who worked at one, even though they try to keep stuff fresh with cold air and preservatives and stuff, it only lasts so long. They then toss it, where it goes to the compost, which is either reused or put in a dump. Either way, it has to move to several locations on the way, with many splits and such. And if they have enough manpower to search all the possible locations, give them a round of applause. Tape them on the FBI's back. The jingling will haunt them all week, and they'll never find it. In my panties, no one ever looks there. Frown at it, go figure. My highest rated comment ever is about me stuffing keys in my panties. And my inbox isn't too bad. However, do not take that as a personal challenge. I give them to my friend, who is conveniently going on a vacation with loaned money. Put them in a magnetic key hider, and stick them under some random 18-wheeler at the local truck stop. While the FBI is hunting for the keys, I change out the locks in the car. FBI comes screaming into my driveway with 60 seconds left on the clock, tries the keys, they don't work. FBI concludes they have lost. I get $1 million. Plain sight, I pretend to use them as my real car keys. Ducking easy money. I can think of several locations. Inside of my hot water storage system tank. Cut a piece of framing timber, bore a hole in it, place keys inside and secure it to another piece of framing in the roof or under the house. Take a new large candle, drill a hole in the underside, insert the keys, fill back up with the wax shavings, place it in the oven so it melts back up and wrap it back up like new. Take a vacation abroad. FBI aren't going to be very effective where they have zero jurisdiction. Keys go in a plastic Easter egg. The Easter egg goes in your anus. It'll have to come out for you to poop, and it'll have to go back in after. You'll have to learn to do it without lube, because if you always carried lube with you it might tip them off. Also, you will need to not move very fast because you might rattle. Hide them inside a power supply, inside a PC, inside a box, inside a bag, inside a trash can, inside the side gate of an abandoned house a few blocks away. This question would have been better if the keys you hide for 7 days opens up a box for the $1 million so you can't do something insane like the first person who said throw them in the ocean. The last place they look, it's a surefire way to victory. I mail them somewhere really far away. It's a federal offense to go through someone else's unopened mail, and since key owning isn't a crime, I don't see them getting a warrant. Edit. To be clear, I mean that they'd spend more than 7 days in the post.